The Patriots have found a hidden gem in Kayshon Boutte, as although the Patriots did not look impressive in their Week 1 loss against the Las Vegas Raiders, they did have one bright spot, that being Boutte. He let everyone know that this is just par for the course and that there is more coming. We'll get you the exact quote from Kayshon plus all the latest Patriots news right here on Patriots Digest. Welcome in, everybody. We hope you are having a wonderful Monday evening, afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you are. And we've got a lot to discuss on today's show. Not a great performance from the New England Patriots coming out Week 1 against a Raiders team that I don't think anybody expects to be good, which just makes the loss at home in Week 1 look even worse. But we do have one bright spot. That was Boutte's performance, over 100 yards receiving, and he had a quote today that is going viral across the internet. Before that, though, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We are 3 subscribers off our 1,000 subscriber goal. We were trying to hit it by Week 1. We were really close, so, I'll give you an extra day. See if we can hit it by today. Go down there. That's 100% free daily Patriots coverage for you all throughout the 2025-20, hopefully into the 2026 season as well. So make sure you subscribe. Like I said, no purchase necessary. Again, the offense yesterday, it looked very slow, and Pete Carroll has a mastermind for a defensive mind. But at the same time, I didn't exactly consider the Raiders defense to be a top-level defense in the NFL, and I considered the Patriots offense to at least look better than last year. And it stinks because they didn't really look all that different from the 2024 rendition of this team. There was a few bright spots here and there, one of them obviously being Kayshon, but overall it just looked like the same team we've been seeing for the past 3 years. The decision-making from Mike Vrable, it was questionable at times. I like Drake Maye a lot. I think he's a great quarterback, but there was some decision-making that wasn't exactly the greatest decision-making, and whether that's because it was Pete Carroll's defense, that's what the hope is. You have next week, and you got to keep going, and hopefully you can take down what was a very struggling and very bad Miami team in Week 1. Let's look at the stats, though, for Kayshon. He had a fantastic game, 6 receptions, 103 yards, averaging 17.2 yards per catch, had a long of 24. Hunter Henry, a known top target for Mr. Drake Maye, 4 receptions, 66 yards, 27 on the long. Stefon Diggs, most of his passes came on late. Didn't see him a lot early, which kind of give him time to work his way in here. 6 receptions for 57 yards, 16 on the long. TreVeyon Henderson, the young rookie running back out of Ohio State, 6 receptions, 24 yards, 13 on the long. Kyle Williams with 1 reception for 12 yards. Rhamondre, I don't block anybody. Stevenson right behind him at 2 receptions for 12. And then Hooper, 1 for 10. And so goes on the list. You can read it all. The thing that I get from this is that there were 30 receptions. And for a team that you brought in Josh McDaniel, you drafted a running back in round number 2. You drafted an offensive lineman in round number 1. Why are we throwing the ball this much? I understand the defensive line for the Las Vegas Raiders is very good, but you have to be able to run the ball better than what we were able to do against the Raiders. You have to at least try and establish the run. I mean, they were going 3 and out in their first couple of series, and it felt like they were just throwing the ball around, trying to see what would work. It felt like there was no game plan at all from Josh McDaniels, which I love him. I think that, his time in New England has always been great, but I'll be the first to say that his time as a head coach did not exactly work out, and I get a little concerned when we have performances like this that what's the process of making this team better in the upcoming days. So we're going to go into a report here. Talking about it is Owen Christofoli from Nesson. He says this, quote, with several new faces in Stefon Diggs, Matt Collins, Kyle Williams, and Efton Chisholm III making up New England's wide receiver room, the hope was that they could help elevate the Pats offense to a new level in 2025. But exactly, it wasn't really them. I mean, it was the new faces, and that's great, and Stefon was, top 3 there, but it was Kayshon Boutte who came out, and a guy from been on the Patriots roster for 3 seasons now. He came out and really balled out. And today he kind of showed it there a little bit, but you got a little preview. He said something that I think is true and people forget across the New England media landscape. He said this today in his press conference saying, quote, I think people fail to realize that at one point in time, I was a first-round pick. This is true. There was other things that, we'll just put it up there. He had a little bit of trouble, whether it was what related to other things, but early in his college career with LSU Tigers, Boutte appeared to be on his way to becoming a first-round talent. A slew of off-field issues, though, resulted in him falling to the Patriots in the 6th round of the 2023 NFL Draft, which is exactly why this guy is, perfect hidden gem material. if we go look at his college stats, it's true. Early on, I mean, his freshman year, 2020, one of the better LSU teams, one of the better college football teams, forget LSU teams, one of the better college football teams in the history of college football. And he was on it, having 45 receptions for 735 yards as a freshman, 5 touchdowns in that season as well. The next year, only 38 receptions, still had 509 yards and 9 touchdowns. 48 receptions in 2022, 538 yards, 2 touchdowns. And unfortunately, the off-field issues caught up to him and fell, and nobody wanted to draft him. But he is definitely having that he has that ability to be a first-round talent. And if we go look at his 3 years now with the New England Patriots, appeared in just 5 games back in 2023, accumulating just 19 yards on 2 receptions. Last year, we saw a bit more of him, 43 receptions, 589 yards. And then this year, already 1 game in, 6 receptions, 103 yards, and a 17.2 average. I truly do believe that he is going to be a really good asset for this New England Patriots team. And again, week 1 is week 1. I understand that the performances are not going to continue to translate, by week to week. But let's do a little math here. We look at the stats from game number 1. 1 game played, 6 receptions on 8 targets, 103 yards, 17.2 in the average. No touchdowns, but that's not what I'm looking for. If he continues the receptions and the yardage in every single game, getting no more, no less, he is on pace for 102 receptions and 1,751 yards. I'm not going to sit here and say that this performance is going to continue, but I'm also not going to sit here and say that maybe he doesn't have a couple weeks that are better than this week. I mean, he looked really good in space, had a lot of good agility movements, and in my mind should be the guy that Drake Maye has felt the most comfortable with in terms of receiving room, because there is a lot of new talent. You mentioned it. Stefon Diggs, Hollins, Efton Chisholm. Those are all great. You have 6 receivers on your roster there right now, and if you can include Hunter Henry, which I think you should as a receiver, you're thinking about only 2 to 3 guys that have a true quote-unquote connection with Drake Maye, and that being Demario Douglas, Kayshon Boutte, and Hunter Henry. We saw that the top 2 receivers, Kayshon Boutte, Hunter Henry. It's guys who have had connection with Drake Maye. And for a young quarterback and a OC in his first year with him and Josh McDaniels, you want to tell the quarterback to rely on people he trusts. He trusts Kayshon a lot. And he got rewarded with that trust yesterday. Now, did it work out for a win? No, and whether you want to blame it on coaching, whether you want to blame it on injuries, whether you want to blame it on our offense looking literally dry, like it just looked kind of weird. I think there was too much fanciness on the defense and not enough fanciness on the offense. Whatever it is, it wasn't a good outlook. And it's week 1. There's a lot to make up, and the Raiders maybe are going to be a better team than people see. I think week 1 is always a interesting slot to look at, but if you think about your upcoming 3 matchups, you have 2 pretty favorable ones in there. You face off against the Dolphins on the road in Miami. The Dolphins looked absolutely abysmal against the Indianapolis Colts yesterday. You have the Steelers, who Aaron Rodgers looks good. Steelers look great. You're going to be back in Gillette Stadium, though. We'll see how that goes. And then you're in Gillette Stadium facing a Panthers team that should probably give up on Bryce Young at this point, but either way, a team that you should have a very favorable match. If you want to go further than that, you faced out the Bills, good team, and then the Saints. Saints also did not look good and aren't going to be good. Then you go to Tennessee. They're not good. The Browns aren't that great. Past that, there's a lot of good teams coming up, but you have a very decent stretch coming up here where the Steelers and the Bills are probably going to be your 2 toughest opponents, which, yeah, they're pretty tough. Bills are probably one of the best teams in the AFC after we saw last night. There is a very favorable schedule right now. And you can use this momentum on the offense from Kayshon Boutte and allow it to open it up. Let TreVeyon Henderson should be the everyday back. Like let's be honest with ourselves. Rhamondre needs to get out here. Like he literally looked like he don't want to be here. Blocks. I'm sure you've seen the video trading on Twitter, but there was a block where he literally just pushed the guy and ran away. Like didn't do anything. Like it's not a great look. And TreVeyon, I think, has way more electric ability. He's younger. He's going to be the future of the running back room. Let him and Antonio Gibson take it over. Like I don't see a point for Rhamondre Stevenson to be out there for more than 25% of the reps. You want to split them between him and Gibson, fine. 50% of the reps should be going to TreVeyon, though, and shouldn't be a question. Either way, with that being said, I do want a little bit of a Patriots question of the day to end off our video. What is your overreaction take to the Patriots' Week 1 loss versus the Las Vegas Raiders? Also, it's lost with an L. I spelled that wrong. By the way, let me know down in the comment section, what's your overreaction? Is it maybe Drake Maye is not as good as we thought? Is it Mike Vrable is bad head coach? Is it Josh McDaniels is washed? What is your overreaction? A lot of bad stuff happened in week 1. What's something that you're taking, pinpointing, and saying, this is terrible and we need to fix it now? Want your thoughts in the comment section. We appreciate your support as always. Getting closer to that 1,000 subscriber mark. Obviously going to have more and more videos out. Shorts, live streams, so much more to come. Just need your support on the subscribers to help us be able to push out some more content. But with that being said, we're going to see you next time here on Patriots Digest. And for now, peace out, guys.